Welcome to your practice. We'll start this slow and restorative practice in crocodile pose. So go ahead and make your way onto your belly, making a pillow with your hands at the top of your mat, resting the forehead on your hands, and then letting the heels fall in, the toes fall out. Just lying here, start to become more aware of your breath. Really feeling the belly rise and fall with every inhale and exhale. With every inhale, feel the belly pushing into the mat. And with every exhale, feel the belly soften away towards your spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you found your way to this session because you've been holding some tension, mental and or physical. If that's the case, I want you to bring attention to that tension you're holding onto. Just observing and noticing it without judgment. Just doing a mental and physical scan of the body and mind. Noticing any stress you're holding onto. And imagine as you exhale, that stress starts to melt away. You start to let go. And you start to become present on your mat. Let's take an inhale through the nose together. Feel the belly rising, pushing onto that mat. And exhale, sigh it out this time. Letting go, releasing. And if you want, you can bring an intention to your practice. Something to do with letting go, releasing, being present, being calm. You can go ahead and repeat that to yourself in the form of an affirmation. I am still. I am soft. I am calm. And now bring your left ear to the mat. Bring the arms out to a T. Pick up that right leg and step it behind the straight left leg. Knees pointing towards the sky. You're rolling onto your left shoulder, finding yourself in a locust sway. So we're releasing the back here, maybe stretching the hip a little bit, definitely working into that left shoulder. If you want more, you can come up onto your left fingertips and just breathe here. Focusing on that slow, low, and steady breath. Good. And with your next exhale, you can roll onto your belly. And repeating the locust sway on the other side, we'll bring our right ear to the mat. Reaching that right arm out to a T, picking up that left leg, stepping the left foot to the outside of the right leg. Good. Working into the shoulder, maybe opening up that left hip a bit. Releasing that spine. And just breathing here. Again, coming up onto the fingertips if you want more for that shoulder. Good. Next exhale, roll back onto the belly. Give the hips a bit of a wiggle, shimmy it out. Zip the legs together, and with your next inhale, you're going to come into a low cobra. So hovering the chest off of the mat, hovering the hands. Inhale, activate the back, the glutes come a little bit higher, and exhale, release. If you have lower back issues, you're going to stay with that variation. Otherwise, you're going to reach the hands up to the top corners of the mat, or maybe slightly off the mat and slightly wider. And then with your next inhale, you're going to use the fingertips to push away from the mat, peeling the chest and the belly up with every inhale. And as you exhale, lower your left ear to the mat. Inhale, pushing up. And exhale, right ear to the mat. If you're pinching, come back to your cobra, your low cobra. Otherwise, repeating that again on either side. Inhale, pushing up, left ear to the mat. Good. Next inhale, last one, pushing up. And exhale, right ear to the mat. Shimmy it out. And then make your way into your child's pose. Good. So in child's pose, our toes are touching, our knees are wide. Arms are stretched out in front of us, and forehead rests onto the mat. Just taking a few breaths here. And with your next inhale, you're going to walk the fingertips over to the left-hand side of the mat. Allow your body to move with you so that your body is moving over that left thigh. Nice right hand side body stretch. Just breathing here. Inhale, walk the fingertips back to center. Take a full cycle of breath. And with your next inhale, walk them over to the right-hand side. Breathing here. Good. Next inhale, walk the fingertips back to the center. And then come to find a box shape. So you're on your hands, you're on your knees. Shoulders are stacked over your wrists, hips over your knees. And we'll move through 5 rounds of cat-cow. So just moving with your breath. As you inhale, you drop the belly arch into the back, gaze comes up, cow. And as you exhale, you round into the spine, chin to chest, cat. Just moving through 5 of these with your own breath count. And then find stillness. We'll make our way into a juicy thread the needle now. So planting that left hand onto the mat, inhale, reach that right arm up to the sky And as you exhale, thread it through the space on the left-hand side. Right ear comes to the mat. Left arm reaches up in front of you. If you aren't neck injured and you want to take this further, you can take that left hand and wrap it behind you, grabbing your right thigh. Good, and we'll be here for about 5 breaths in total. So we have 2 more deep, slow, and steady breaths. Inhale. And exhale, 1. Push yourself back up. We'll repeat that on the other side. So reach that left arm up. And exhale, thread that left hand through the space on the right hand side. Left ear comes to the mat. Right arm reaches out in front or wraps behind you and grabs that left thigh. And again, just breathing here. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Untwist now. Come back to your box shape. And then come to sit onto your shins. We'll just release the neck a bit. So just some simple, juicy neck stretches. You're going to bring the chin to your chest and then interlace your fingers behind your head. Good. Then let's grab the right hand side of the head, bring that left ear to your left shoulder. Breathing here. Grabbing the left hand side with the right hand now, bring that right ear to your right shoulder. And release, maybe roll the head from side to side a bit. Good. Good. From here, you're going to bring your hands to the top of the mat, still kind of on your knees, so in a plank variation, but on your knees. Lower just your chest, your chin, and then slide forward onto the belly. Low cobra, tops of feet are flat into the mat, only our chest is peeled off of the mat, and our hands are hovering. And exhale, child's pose. From child's pose, you're going to inhale, and with your next exhale, tuck into the toes, lift the bum and hips up, come to find your first downward facing dog of the day. Good. Now, because this is our first downward dog, you can pedal out the feet. You can lift one leg up at a time. You can really do whatever you need to do to get into the stretch. As long as your feet are hip distance apart, as long as you're rolling out of your shoulders. Good, and now for your last 3 breaths, come to find stillness. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 1. With your next inhale, pick up that right leg, come to a 3-legged dog just for a second, and then step that right foot in between your hands, lower that left knee, rise up with the arms, come to find your low crescent lunge, making sure you're not sinking into the lower back, but tucking the tailbone, tucking the ribs. We'll be here for 3. Exhale 2. Inhale and exhale 1. Tuck into your back left toe, flex into the right foot. Use your hands for support on either side of that right leg. Straightening that right leg and moving the buttocks to the left heel if possible. Coming to sit on the left heel and maybe folding forward a little bit deeper, finding your runner's lunge. So just take it to wherever you can go. Definitely use the hands for support. Doesn't matter if your left bum cheek isn't quite sitting on the left heel. You can also untuck the left toes if the feet are really hurting. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale, flatten that right foot. Your left knee is still flat onto the mat. You're going to walk that right foot out to the side of the mat now. Bring both hands to the inside of that right foot, coming to find your lizard lunge. You can bring that left knee off of the mat. And if you want even more, you can come onto your forearms. You can bring movement here. So maybe creating circles or finding stillness. Good. Now with your next exhale, lower that left knee to the mat if it's not there already. Walk the right foot slightly into the center and back. And we're going to make our way into a supported side plank. So you're going to do that by pivoting that left foot off of the mat, stepping that right foot to the back of the mat. So your left hand, your left knee, and your right foot should all be making a line. You're facing the long edge of your mat, reaching that right arm up, supported side plank. Good, your right foot is flat onto the mat here. You can create circles with the right hand, just maybe stretching into the wrist. Then with your next inhale, you're going to rise up with the arms, flex into that right foot. Slide the right hand down the right leg. Sweep the left arm up and over, gaze through that left armpit, coming to your gate pose. Good, so beautiful side body stretch, beautiful inner thigh stretch. Now you have the option to take this a bit further, kind of in between a runner's lunge and a gate pose. If you want, you can move that left buttocks onto the left heel and then reach the arms out in front of you to the long edge of the mat and fold forward. Good. Wherever you are, you're going to make your way back into a box shape and then find your way into a downward facing dog. Getting ready to repeat that on the other side. Okay, with your next inhale, reach up that left leg, 3-legged dog just for a second. And then step that left foot in between your hands, runner's lunge, low crescent lunge rather. So lowering that right knee to the mat, sweeping the arms up overhead, tucking the tailbone. Good. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 1. You're going to tuck into your right foot, flex into your left foot, and now making your way into runner's lunge. So just as you did on the other side, using the hands for support, straightening that left leg, sitting that right bum cheek onto the right heel if you can. You can untuck the toes if it's really hurting the foot here. Folding forward over that straight leg. Good. Next inhale, you're going to flatten that left foot onto the mat. Find your way into your lizard lunge, so walking that left foot out to the side. Your right knee is either on the mat or it's peeled up off of the mat. You're creating circles or finding stillness. You can be on your hands or your forearms, whatever feels good. Making our way into that supported side plank now. You're going to lower that right knee to your mat. Walk that left foot and the hands a little bit back just to give you some support. Swivel that right foot off of the mat. Step that left foot to the back of the mat. Right hand is grounded onto the mat, left hand is reaching up. So we're facing the long edge of the mat now, supported side plank. Good, then inhale, rise up with the arms, flex into that left foot, slide that left hand down the left leg, reach the right arm up and over. Gaze comes through that right armpit. We're in a beautiful gate pose, really stretching the side body, really stretching the inner thighs, softening the shoulders away from the ears. And again, you have the option to come into that variation where you rest the right buttocks onto that right heel, toes are tucked, and reach the arms out in front of you. Two more breaths in whichever variation you chose. Inhale. And exhale one. Come back into a box shape. Find your way into a downward facing dog. Exhale two. Inhale. And exhale one. From downward facing dog, you're going to walk the feet to meet the hands and squat deeply, making your way into Malasana Yogi squat. So heels are turned in, toes are turned out. Our elbows are working into our knee creases, hands in prayer. Chest is nice and broad. Shoulders are softened away from the ears. And this is a really good place to just find some peace. Maybe closing the eyes. Exhale two. Inhale. And exhale one. Release the hands to the mat. Step the feet to the back of the mat. Lower just your knees, your chest, your chin, and slide all the way onto your mat, finding your way onto your belly. We're going to set up for half Bekasana now. So lying on the belly, you're going to stack the forearms at the top of the mat, lift up your chest, and then bend into that right knee and pick up that right hand, reaching for that right foot. Okay, so you'll be able to gauge how you're feeling here. If this is enough for the quad and for the shoulder, just stay. If you want more, you're going to start to pull that right foot to your right buttocks, making sure you're not sinking into that left shoulder. So still pushing away with that left forearm. And if your right shoulder can handle it, you are going to turn that right elbow so it faces to the sky and further push that right foot down to your right butt cheek. Good, a really nice intense quad and shoulder stretch. Exhale 2. Inhale. And exhale 1. Well done. Release. Give yourself a shimmy. And get ready to repeat that on the other side. So stacking that right forearm so that it's parallel to the top of the mat, making sure that that right shoulder stays directly over the right elbow, reaching for that left foot with your left hand, pulling that left heel to your left glute. And if you want more, you're going to rotate that left elbow to the top of the sky. Good, and feel that quad stretch, feel that shoulder stretch. And just breathe through it, only going as far as what feels good. And exhale, release. Give yourself a shimmy. And now just getting into the really nice and relaxing stuff, we're going to come into a flapping fish pose. So resting that left ear onto the mat, you're going to bring your right leg out so that it's at a 90-degree angle, and your right arm out so that it's at a 90-degree angle as well. You can touch your right knee and your right elbow together. So I know this is a bit of a weird one. It's almost like you're sleeping on your belly. So we'll be here for 30 seconds on this side and then switch over. And just enjoy, reconnect with your breath and your intention here. Feel that belly rise and fall. Rise and fall. Good, and switching sides now. So bring that right ear onto the mat. Bend that left leg out to the side at a 90-degree angle. Left arm also at a 90-degree angle. Then if you want more, bring that left elbow to the left knee. And really have that right arm wherever's comfortable, so you can use the hand as a pillow, you can stretch it out to the side. And we'll be here for 30 seconds as well. Feeling that belly rise and fall. And with your next inhale, you're going to push yourself up with that left hand and just roll over onto your back. Hug the knees into your chest. And rock from side to side, just gently massaging that back. With your next exhale, you're going to let both knees fall over to the right hand side, just coming into a supine twist. That left arm is stretched out to the left side. Try and ensure that the left shoulder is still grounded. And you can use that right hand to pull the knees down towards the mat. With your next inhale, hug both knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. And exhale, let them fall over to the left hand side now. Stretch that right arm out to the side. Grounding that right shoulder onto the mat, using the left hand to pull the knees towards the mat. And hug both knees back into the chest. And find your way into happy baby, your final pose before Shavasana. So you can grab the outside of the ankles or the shins or even the knees. And you're going to pull the knees towards your armpits, trying to make sure that the sacrum, so the lower back, as well as the shoulders and upper back, stay grounded. And again, you can rock or find stillness. And you can even straighten one leg at a time or straighten both legs, coming into your full straddle pose. Whatever feels good. Good, and when you're ready, maybe grabbing something warm, maybe giving yourself one little shimmy or stretch or twist. You're going to set up for Shavasana. This is your final relaxation and the most important pose of the practice. So lying on your back, arms are alongside the body, shoulders are softened away from the ears, jaw is soft, forehead is soft. You're just going to let go of everything. Surrender to your mat. And if you find you get distracted, simply come back to your breath, counting every inhale and exhale. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Rotate the wrists and ankles. Bring awareness back to your body, back to the space. And with your next inhale, stretch the arms up behind you. Give yourself a full body stretch. And exhale. Sigh it out. Roll onto your right hand side, supporting the head with your arm. And then push yourself up to a seated position. Eyes are still closed or soft. Hands are resting onto the knees, palms facing up. Shoulders softened away from the ears. Jaw is soft as the tongue falls away from the palate. Eyes and forehead are soft. Spine is nice and long as the crown reaches up to the sky. Sit bones are grounded. And breath is slow and steady. Bring your hands to your heart center and come back to your intention one last time. Thank you so much for joining me for this online slow and restorative flow. May you go with peace and love today. Namaste.